Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this Commodity Insights webcast here. We're going to be looking at the cattle on feed report for Friday, April the 19th. Vince, do you want to run through what we saw here in the cattle on feed report?
When you looked at it on feed, March 1st came in at 11,838,000, which would have been just a bit over 1.101%. Trade was looking right at 102 on that, so maybe a bit friendly on that. Placements came in at 1.746 million head. That was 88% of where we were last year. And that was somewhere right near the bottom of the range. I think the average trade guess was 91 or 92. And if you look at the ones marketing, it came in at 1.706. It was down about 71,000 from last year. So you're 86% of that. Maybe a little disappointing in that, but the real question when you look at the ones that we marketed, was there that many cattle there? Packer maybe not making enough money. I don't think they had a lot of kills where they cut back. So I think it just may be a lack of cattle more than anything. Looking at one of the things I think we have to digest when we look at this is there's been times when we have one less marketing day in that period than the year before. And this one was one of those unique ones where we had two less marketing days. So you can get some of those exaggerations as we got on the placements and on the marketings, I think, on that part of it. But when you come into Monday, what's a trade going to do? I wouldn't think it would be anything sharply lower. And if it is, it probably comes from escalation of the Israeli-Iranian conflict more so than thinking it's a cattle on feed report. I'm going to call it a bit friendly in here. I'm not sure it's going to run away. If we come in and we get more stability in the market, you had a nice close on Friday, especially in the Fed cattle that came back on the plus side. So see where we go. I think steady to higher is where we should be at. It just don't look for a runaway. But what do the outside markets do, I think, becomes a bigger influence.
Yep. Yeah, the outside market's definitely going to be a very critical thing for us to be watching going forward. And just from the technical side, looking at these cattle markets, I think it is setting itself up where it's really in the middle of a range. It could go either direction if it wanted to. Hopefully this cattle on feed gets read as a bullish report to help us break through some of that resistance that we were starting to run into. You look at like a June live cattle and they started running into some of those different moving averages at the end of trade on Thursday and even on Friday's trade. You look at a feeder cattle contract and you're also getting closer to some of those levels. So definitely need to watch those. And if we can't break through them towards the first part of next week, then I think you get concerned about this market. But until then, it looks like it could be a fairly healthy one.
I would agree. I don't see a lot else out there, but I think that was a good analysis on that. Of those moving averages seem to be working pretty good on there, Andrew. And I think we just got to keep watching those.
So with that, that's been our special report for the cattle on feed for April the 19th. If we can be of any further help to you, give us a call at Farmers Trading Company. That is 605-996-6500. Thanks for joining us.